Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my TBR game. Whoop whoop. It is July's TBR already. So at this part of the video, I usually pop in and tell you how I did in June. But I kind of went rogue and did a lot of mood reading. I participated in 2 readathons and am working on my second blackout. I know I only have like 5 days left, 6 days. 6 days left to get another blackout, but I only need 5 more books, and I'm currently in the middle of The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. So let me start by saying that I am going to take an extra turn, even though I've read close to 40 books this month. 40 books this month. I'll link all my vlogs, or some of my vlogs, that you can go check out, because I've been vlogging almost the entire month. So go check those out after we're done here. This was actually on my July's TBR. This was my hubby pick, because I just bought it, and he's like, yeah, you have to read it now. So that's fine. I got to it before July. So if we roll a 5, if wild card comes up, then usually I pick a card. However, I'm just going to let Patrick pick a book for my July TBR. I'm going to try really hard to stick to the books that were already on July's TBR. I'm really mad that I lost that footage. But if I can't get the same books on there, then I guess it doesn't matter, because you didn't see that video anyway. So it's just a me problem. This was on July's TBR, but I'm knocking it out in June. So I kind of hope that wild card does come up so that Patrick can pick a different book for me. Okay, there's that. The next part of this video, so instead of taking 5 turns, I'm going to take 6 turns, because I definitely didn't stick to my TBR. Anyways, let's talk about Buzzword and TBR Knockout. So Buzzword is put on by Books and Lala, Kayla. I'll link her channel or her video or something. I'll link it up here down below. I'm not sure. TBR Knockout is put on by Completely Melanie. I'll also link her somewhere. So for Buzzword, usually you're given a word or a group of words, a theme of words, if you will, and you have to find a book that you already own to read, and it's just like this fun little challenge. So in the month of July, the theme of words is like something to do with measurement. So it could be like measure, it could be like angle, it could be 90 degrees, it could be inches, it could be feet, it could be miles, it could be kilometers, it could be weights, anything that you have to measure or that you use to measure. For me, I'm picking The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. This is a thriller that follows a lot of, like, everyone in the world gets this box on their doorstep, and if you open the box, you have a string that's either really long, really short, somewhere in between. And at first people don't know what it means, but you come to learn that the length of your string is related to how much longer you're gonna live. And I heard that there's like a lot of like psychological, like psychology inside your own mind type of things in this book. So I'm kind of excited for it. Then for TBR Knockout, I'm not gonna pick a book that has travel in it, unless for some reason one of the books that I'm trying to get on my TBR has travel in it. Then I will count that. But I have so many different options that I don't want to slate something in and then not read it. But the other, for TBR Knockout, you have 2 prompts. And the first one was including travel, and the second one is to read a book that has a road trip in it. I don't have any books that have road trips per se. So instead, I'm going to be reading Wild by Cheryl Strayed. This will help me with my nonfiction goal. This is about this woman named Cheryl who hiked 1,100 miles for the Pacific Crest Trail from Mojave Desert in like Arizona to Oregon or Washington. I'm not entirely sure, but she did like a solo hike, and there's a movie, and this was a Reese's Book Club, Oprah's Book Club pick, and everyone knows, a lot of people know this story, but I want to know from her about this, like, you know, I want to read it. So I'm going to count it. Then I also am here to announce that I'm going to be co-hosting the Thrills and Chills Book Club book pick of July. It's Gray After Dark by Noelle W. Eiley, and it's based on true story, which is interesting, but it's also like, because the Olympics are coming around again, this follows an Olympic all-star who gets injured, and she goes kind of into hiding, but she still wants to do her training, so that if she gets the opportunity, then of course, you know, it's like the Olympics. But when she's on her morning run, she gets kidnapped, and this is like her escape story, I think. But I'm really, really intrigued, and plus I'm gonna be hanging out with Nikki and Dana, so I'll like link the Thrills and Chills book club somewhere as well. But I'm so honored. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna try and get those 4 books on my TBR, and we're taking 6 turns. So if I don't get them on, then I could potentially have 10 books. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's take turn number 1. I have already filmed a TBR video, but I lost all the footage, so we're just starting over. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, roll number 1. We still have this bracelet because I don't know what happened to my troll. Okay, a 2 is a thriller by a favorite author. Okay, so for a thriller by a favorite author, I'm going to be reading Middle of the Night by Riley Sager because he is one of my all-time must-read favorite authors, and he usually writes thrillers. I am going into this story very blind. I think for the first time he has written his main character, who is a male. Usually he writes from the female, like his main character is a female. but that is literally all that I know. So Riley Sanger's new book is on my TBR for July, and I'm so excited. Alright, roll number 2 is a 3, which is a romance. I'm gonna tell you, there was no romance on my TBR the first time I filmed this. I don't know what happened to all the footage. Oh my gosh, a classic romance. Oh. So for classic romance, I had to pick the queen, Jane Austen herself. I'm trying to read all 7 of her books too, for all 6 of her books that are in this bind-up by the end of the year. So far I've completed 2 of them, and we're halfway through the year. So I really need to get on this, so it's actually a really good thing that this came up. I think I'm gonna go for Persuasion by Jane Austen, because from the synopsis it kind of sounds like this follows an already married couple who are having problems and how they come back to each other, which is one of my favorite like romance tropes. So nervously I put Persuasion on my TBR. Alright, let's go to turn number 3. Alright, roll number 3, so we're halfway there, is a 4, which is a mystery with a pretty cover. So a mystery with a pretty cover is definitely the measure. I mean, look at that beauty, for one. And for 2, it's a mystery because, like, why did the string, like, who left it? Who left the string on everyone's doorstep? What does it mean? How can we fight it or like not make it real? So I got the measure on here, which is good. Alright, let's go to roll number 4. Alright, roll number 4 is a romance. Okay. That is a hubby pick. I mean, I did want him to get a chance to pick, but I thought that was a wild card thing. So, hubby is at work right now, but I will get together some romances and put them in a pile, and he can just pick one. He's not gonna like that too much because romance... no. But that's okay. I'll explain to him that I lost the footage and that I'm actually reading his pick right now, and he'll be okay with it. I'll just either insert the footage here or put the book right here. Either way, you should know what he picked. Alright, roll number 5 is a wild card, and I wanted hubby to pick. Well, let's see what our other choice is. Oh, 2 pet picks. Since hubby pick did authentically come out for this game, let's do 2 pet picks, possibly 3 pet picks, because right now I have Blackjack, my honorary doggo, living here still. She's actually in here right now, so maybe she can pick for me first, and then Jellybean, and then Bella. This might take me a few minutes. Hold on. So last time you saw me, we picked pet pick times 2 for my game. Yeah, pet pick times 2. But last night I did not have my dogs pick my books. So here's what I'm thinking. Blackjack is not awake yet, so I think I'm just gonna have my two puppos. See, there's Bella, and Jellyman. They're gonna pick for me. So let me set this up. Go, Jellyman. Go. Go, Jelly. Ooh, is Bella gonna get it? Here, dude, go. Oh, Bella, get it for me. Jelly, you can do the next one. Okay, The Haunting of Hill House. Go. Come on, right here. Ooh, okay. So this one is my book featuring travel, and Jellybean picked The Wedding Ringer. Good job, guys. Thank you. You can have the other one too. Alright, our last turn is a 6. So it's other. No! Okay, so we got big book under others. So like lit fic, horror, thriller, mystery, romance. All that is out. So I didn't have that many options. But I did find one that's really long. That sucks. Here's the thing. I'm real scared. Let's see how big the text is. Oh, pretty small. And it's like 512 pages. But I'm really scared because that means I have 3 classics on my TBR for July. Oh man, I'm not a classics girl. Like, oh, okay, let me just show you. This is The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. I think this follows this man who is driving home on this isolated road to go to his like mansion when he sees this woman dressed all in white from head to toe, and he thinks that she escaped from the asylum. And that sounds great. I think he picks her up too. You know. So I'm real nervous because I also have The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson and Persuasion by Jane Austen. That's a lot of classics. So Blackjack picked Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill. Like I said, I don't know anything about it other than it's a ghost story, and it's in my 101 horror books to read before you're murdered. So I'm trying to read all of these. I need to update this. Ooh, maybe in July I will just go through and update which ones I've read and kind of give you like a mid-year check-in on these. I don't think I'm going to read all 101 this year. This is probably going to be a project that has, that has to get pushed into 2025 too. But I don't know, I guess it depends on how many I've read, and so I'm just gonna do, it can be the week that I'm on vacation, so you guys won't even know that I'm not here. But I'm just gonna do like a quick check-in. Probably go through the whole book. It might be a little bit longer of a more talkative, chatty video, but I think that should be happening very soon. So this is my TBR plus In the Middle of the Night by Riley Sager and Gray After Dark by Noelle W. Eiley. I'm scared. I'm really scared because they're classics and I just wanted some romance. So let's try this. For other big book, we have The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. For Pet Pick ×2, we have The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, because what I was trying to do was have one dog pick an isolated like horror thriller or just like an isolated book, and The Haunting of Hill House was the one that got picked. And then for the other one, I wanted some kind of travel, but I don't think this has travel in it. Anyways, The Wedding Ringer by Carrie Ray is the other pet pick. Then my husband picked No One Like You by Kate Angel. Then a thriller with a pretty cover is The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. And a classic romance is Persuasion by Jane Austen. And then, I also need to read Wild by Cheryl Strayed for TBR Knockout. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this TBR video. Hopefully in July I actually stick to my TBR, because in June I did all the things and read completely off my TBR, but that's okay. It was a very intense reading month. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.